Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Design with Me. We are in week 6, and the topic, as posted even in the flyer design, looking at is text and shape opacity. So, opacity is the key focus, but opacity you can use the function just like a function. Opacity you can use it on text and shape, and also on background and every other element, graphic design element. Opacity is just one. It's not an element. Opacity is not an element in graphic design. Neither is it a principle, but it is a tool that you can use to get the principle in design, or use your element in design. So before we further ahead, let's just say a short prayer. Also, Father, we are here again this week to learn for graphics. Yes, thank you for giving us the privilege to learn. We ask that everything I'll be learning today, you help me to stick, help us to understand, to give us wisdom to explore even more on the understanding and the wisdom, on the knowledge that we passed across. Lord Jesus, glorify yourself and bless us even with this skill. You are going to show us your will and your plans. For in Jesus' mighty name I will pray. Amen. So, should I say, let me share my screen? Yeah, time for me to share my screen. But before I share my screen, let me just say something. So, opacity mainly is what we're going to be looking at. We started with text already before now. We started with a lot with text. I've been texting, understanding how to use text alignment. Yeah, I think like over 3 weeks ago, we started with text, 3D text form, text perspective, the use of text, and lots like that. Text rudiment that I taught last week, how to use text. And today we are not mainly looking at text like that. What we are looking at is this sweet function that every designer should know how to use, which is opacity. How to silence the voice of some of your elements in designs, how to increase the level of brightness, level of sharpness of some of your elements and some of the tools in design. So what is opacity? Opacity, as it sounds, another name for opacity is transparency. So there's some graphic design application that you might not see opacity, you might see transparency. But for Photoshop, you will see opacity in Photoshop, and also Pixel Lab for your phone too. You also see opacity. There is opacity, but there's some other application that you will not see opacity. But anytime you see transparency is also the same as opacity. Transparency, opacity, you see the same thing. Transparency, opacity, you see the same thing. They are just should I use the word another name for it, or the meaning are the same thing. So what is opacity? Opacity is just the measure, the level of amount of brightness, amount of visibility that element is carrying. I'll come again. Transparent. Even from the word transparent, when they say something is transparent, that means you can see it, but you cannot really see it fully. When I say that, probably they usually tell you are wearing a transparent clothes. That means they can see your body inside, meaning that transparent is level of visibility that that effect gives to your design, or that element has. So when they say transparency, what comes to your mind is that you want that circle that you draw. You don't want it to be shining. You want it to to reduce the visibility a little bit. Oh, you want that picture that you just used, you don't want it to be too much, you want to reduce it a bit, you have to use the tool that is called transparency or opacity. So opacity is also the same thing as transparency, as I said. So and it is very important. I use opacity more in 90% of my design. I use that opacity a lot. That's why I want us to even look at it in tonight's class. Opacity a lot. Opacity. So basically there is no there's no any other explanation to it per se. It's just more of how to. So I come again. I just try to input a text. I pick any font. I did not pay attention to start looking for fine font. That's why I said I pick any font, because in your design you have to pick a good font, So let's just leave that. So let's just pick one font. Then I want to show you how opacity works. So the function opacity is here. Keep scrolling until you find opacity. Yeah, this is the opacity. So you can see opacity. Our opacity now is at 100, meaning that we can see it visibly. So if you reduce it, you can see that as you reduce it, it fades up. At 0 now, you cannot see anything. So what is the level of visibility of your design? The more you reduce it, the more it fades. The more you increase, the more it shows. So there's a situation whereby you will need this function, in the sense that I'll show you one of my design. I think I did a design of recent where I used opacity a lot. Though some of my designs are not phone based, they are for my laptop. I don't know if I can find anyone that used. Okay, let me just take for example use under design. Probably that is not me that I won't design it, but most of my designs are my laptop. I could have show you. So let's take for example the picture at the background of this image. I see that the visibility of this image is not too clear. There's a gear at the background. Normally the picture was downloaded in the clear version, like very clear, very visible. Or bringing into the design, because they don't want the picture to disturb the design, they have to reduce the opacity a bit. Reduce the opacity a bit. Let me check if I can find another one. Let me find my design page. I think I still did one design today. Let me just try to report. Yeah, I think this design I did today. Okay, awesome. So this one I did design today. Boom. So you can see in the background I just a letter I transparent. I use opacity for sorry. So you can see this the theme Fire in My Bones. I brought it to the back and I reduced the opacity just to make the background a little bit busy. So for just make the background a little bit busy. And I've also shown you some other means whereby you can use opacity also. So if you look at this one too, look at the background too, the theme, the set time, I took it and I just reduced the opacity in the background. You see it very well, the opacity is reduced in the background just to make it look classic somehow and make the just design look busy somehow. So everything will not be just plain. Are you understanding me? And also if you look at this down part where I put the date, the time, the venue, the box that was used there, it's a normal box, white box, but I reduced the opacity to make it faint. I think I dropped the opacity to like 30 or 20, so that at least it will not be disturbing the design a little bit. As most of the time when I use opacity is when I really don't want that element or that text to be really shouting like that. So this design I did it today. This two design I did it today. So when I don't really want that part to affect my design, so you get. So I just have to just reduce the opacity and the other things that you might want to reduce the opacity for. Let me try to probably check Pinterest if there's any design I can point out where the designer use opacity well. Opacity, I'm just pinpoint. Okay. If you look at it, whereby even in your backgrounds too, you use opacity a lot. If you look at this guy in the background, you can see it's not clear. The person downloaded the picture of that guy very visible, very clear, but while using it, they have to reduce the opacity a bit. So let's try out something very fast. Let's go to Pixel Lab. Let's delete this. Let's change the background color to any color of your choice. This is the color, so change the color to any color of your choice. Let's pick something like this. Any color of your choice is fine. You see the color that you're picking up here. Just pick any color of your choice too. Then okay. Then let's download the background or download a picture of a guy. Let me see. Okay, let's go to Google. Let's download guy running. Download the picture of a guy running, so you can see. Let's just get one and download. So just hold it and download the image. Okay, downloading. Okay, downloaded. Then bring it in. Pixel Lab Plus from gallery. Then yeah, boom. No, make it original square. No, why is it showing me square? Unlock it. Okay, to get the full image, please. Okay, so this is the image. Just try to expand so that it will cover a bit. Expand so that it will cover a bit. Okay, so let's just reduce the opacity so that it can blend with the background. I'll show you ways whereby I can use this, can blend this stuff with the background. When the background you pick here is purple, but let's just reduce the opacity a bit. Go to this is a picture, go to the third icon, then try to look for opacity, then try to reduce it. You can see you can reduce the opacity to blend in the background. Another thing you can do to make it blend the background is you go to color filters. You can change the guy's color to purple so it will blend. No, yeah, you can change the purple. You can see that it's purple now blending. Then the brightness, reduce the brightness to be thick. Then you reduce the brightness like that. Then saturation, no, leave saturation alone. Don't need much contrast. You need contrast. You can test it out. What we're doing, I'm trying to blend the guy to the background. Let's keep it low like that. Let's keep it low like that. Okay, then you can go back to opacity once you reduce it a bit, or you can push it. And see what I just did with opacity and a little bit of color filter. Trying to reduce the background. Then you can just find any text and just supplement the guy's picture. So something like this, and keep running, or keep running, December is almost here. So let's look for a good font. A good font. I like Montserrat a lot. I don't know, not just me. Most of the designers out there, we use Montserrat too much. So keep on December is always, because it's actually a professional font. So come out well when you use it. So keep on. So if they have Montserrat, you can download it. It's free on Google. So this text is not really aligned, or is it aligned on my eyes? That is not good. Okay, let's just try to reduce the space in between the like space in between the words that you look keep on. Jamba is almost here. Another thing that we can also freestyle with opacity again. So duplicate this and just write only December. Okay, you can see December. So you can increase. Sorry, we did not lock the background. Try to lock it so it not move. Lock them. So this is about try to increase a bit. Then let's rotate. Go rotate 90 degrees. Or we'll still rotate. But before we rotate, let's do the one of zero horizontal. I'll call it of great. So one other thing I would like to do here is try to the spacing between the text, try to reduce it so that it's tight. It makes it look united. To make it try to reduce it down, you can increase a bit. I just want to show you how we can use opacity in this sense to make your designers look kind of professional. So let's reduce the opacity to like 20, 20, I think 8. So, then you can duplicate. As you are duplicating, let the opacity be reduced. Go back to opacity, reduce the opacity to like 6. So as you duplicate again, reduce the opacity again. Let's change the opacity to like 4 or 3. One difference to be clear. Let's make it so like to blend. Oh, sorry. So that then can do one more. This time I need to be just with 2. Okay, you can see we just did an effect making our design look professional a bit. So lock everything, then boom, you can see our design is looking sweet and superb. Keep on in, December is almost here. What else can we do to make the design look okay and attractive? But this alone has gone a long way. Then what else can we do? Any idea? Okay, let's just is it fine like this? Is it okay like this? Okay. Let's do another opacity. Let's do another opacity again. Let's do another opacity. Let's say 2023. This is 2023. Let's do 2023. Let's change the font. Montserrat. Let's do 2023. For this time around, we're going to rotate it. Let's rotate. Okay, rotate. Let's say 90 degrees. No other side, please. The mine was 19. So let's just like it. So opacity, put opacity like 2. I hope it's not be disturbing this guy. Is it visible? It's not even visible. Yeah, I think that side is not okay. Let's just rotate it back and put it up, 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 up. Rotate to go back to 0. And put it up. Okay, something like this. Okay, so let's just reduce the opacity to like 2. Okay. Boom. So this to go. We can just go to the picture and probably increase the opacity a bit so that it will show well. That's the opacity of the main picture itself. From 12, you can put it to 18. 18. So that it will show a bit. You can see. Keep running. December is almost here. Then we can save as image. Then we share to Telegram. Let's see it on Telegram. Okay, I think I can see the Telegram here. So yeah, boom. So that's our first opacity. Then I said I'm going to show us how to use alignment in Pixel Lab. So let's continue this before I move to laptop on very fast. Then perhaps you want to continue typing. At least add more text. Let's try to unlock this. Let's add more text. So go to A, copy. Let's copy from just on it. Then let's try to add more text. Keep on. December is almost here. Okay. Don't give up. Don't give up. We are almost at the end of the race. Okay, then gather your strength and get ready to overcome. Just type in so I'll fill up the text. And the last one, remember, you are a winner. Okay, let's do something like that. I want us to have more text. Okay, for this one now, let's change the font. It's too bold. I was saying something about hierarchy in design. Since your main text is already bold, the other one might not be bold or should not even be bold, so that there will be hierarchy order of priority. Go to font. Let's look for Montserrat. That maybe Montserrat medium or just bold. What the Montserrat medium should do. So one other thing, let's reduce the size of the font. Go to size. Just keep it zooming so that it fits well and professional. Okay, I think we're also almost there. 34 will do. Not be too tiny too. Let's think 34 will do. No, let's keep 32. 32. Then the spacing between the words is too tight, so we go to line spacing. Try to reduce. Okay, I think this is okay. So wow. So this is okay. I want to choose how to align. Make everything align on one spot. Then another thing you can bring in is here a shape. Let's bring in a shape just like a box. So we can just put it there as something like that. Then make it rounded. Is it block radius? No. Stroke width, not stroke width. Radius. Let's make it rounded. Radius, set radius 10. Something like this. So let's do a text also. Copy this one. No, let's make this. Let's write a text on it. Copy this one. Bring the text over. But you need to change the color to another color so that it will show. Let's just say okay. follow. Okay, no, let's just put our social media at design with me. So let's change the color because it should not be white. Since that one is white, it's already purple. Let's bring it. It's already up. Why is it not changed? Okay, it has changed. So let's bolding it or change the font to bold. To add bold. Okay, design with me. Okay, you can try to adjust a bit with the box that you design with more some. Then let us merge it together. You want to merge, we click on this button down there. Let me start clicking on the button down there and click on what you want to merge. Then click on this third button down and confirm to merge. Merge meaning you have merged the box and the text together. We cannot really edit it after you have merged, or we don't really need it. That's why before you merge, make sure you're not going to edit what you want to merge together. Then so let's say follow us for more tips. Okay, so we can bring this one down a little bit. Then follow us for more tips. Let's reduce the size to like a little bit. 24, okay. 24 is fine. Now, so we are done. Let's see, we are done with the write-up now. So I was saying something that I want to teach you how to align your text together, so that everything will be left aligned to one side, like this side. So this will not be scattered. This will not be scattered. So everything will look professional and aligned. So let me teach you how to do that. So you go to your grid. We use your grid system to align for Pixel Lab or both for Photoshop and your ruler. For Photoshop and Corridor, you use your ruler to align. So for Pixel Lab, let's turn on our grid. This is our grid line. So it will make us be able to align. So the first icon that look like a magnet in this blue icon below, and the second one that look like a table or a box. The first icon that is magnet is for another purpose, which I will not be able to explain this night. Is for most especially when you're doing logo design. Pixel Lab, you can do logo with Pixel Lab. We are getting there, we'll soon get there. But I want to use the other one. Then once you click on the other table, to bring out something like this, then I'll be able to draw. Make sure you align the line to the first text, how you want everything to be aligned. Then click on the box again. Then go to your text. Try to align it. Once you align, you can lock it. Keep on in December is aligned. So let's lock it. Then don't give up. You can use your hand to drag it up, but for it to be very perfect, go to your position, reduce on to 0, and just try to remove until everything is started from that first line. You can see it's there now, so you can lock this one. Don't give up. Then follow up for more tips. Go to position, reduce this, and drag it to the back. It started from there. Then now I think the box is even outside the line, so bring the box back. Follow up for more tips. Bring the box back. Go to shape, because now a shape. You have merged it together, so it has turned to shape. It's no longer a text. So bring it up. Make everything start. Make it your eyes and that line. Make sure everything is starting from that line. Bam. So you can off your grid. Boom. You see that everything is looking professional and decent. Everything looking sweet and cool. So let's save the design and send it to Telegram. You can see how we are making good designs with just Pixel Lab. So let me just quickly switch to Corridor and Photoshop. Alright, so I just connected with my laptop now. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen first. Sorry. So let me share my screen. Very fast. Share my screen. Yeah, let's start with Photoshop. Yeah, this is Photoshop. So this is one of the text effects I taught us in our last class with Photoshop. Yeah, so go and check it if you have not know how to do something like this. I transformed this from normal text to the text effects Photoshop. So it's in our last 2 videos. So let's create a new file, 1080 by 1080. 1080 by 1080. Resolution can be 150. That's if you are not printing it. If it's only for online, 150 is fine. So it not be too big and to come out well and nice. So 150 is fine. Let's do opacity. Yeah, I told you opacity is also here. It's almost simple and straightforward. When you go, take your mouse to the right, you see opacity. But let's jump on the text. Let's type a text. T for text. Click on T. Then your cursor will change to something like this. Then click on the box and type. What do you even type the other time? Let's type design. Okay. When you type design, click on the mark button and bring it down. The text is too much. Go to properties. You see your text value in properties, reduce it. Properties, or you can just use this one to reduce. You can drag it from the side to reduce it to anyone that is fine. So bring it to the center. Too. Then what else? Opacity. You can change the font to Montserrat also. I have Montserrat here too. Like I said, Montserrat makes design look professional because Montserrat is a professional font. So one thing must know as a good graphic designer is that you should not use any font. Get professional font. If it's for you to download, find professional font online. It's very important. Okay, let's continue. So line spacing too is also on Photoshop. Yeah, you can see set leading, set tracking. So the space between the letters is called tracking. So let's set it. So I'm going to -10, -20. I think. Okay, I think this is fine. Now opacity, you see opacity here by right in your layers panel. You see opacity, make sure your layers panel is on. If your layers panel is not on this right, go to Windows. I think not workspace. When you go to Windows, you see it a layer. So make sure this is tick. Once it's tick, it's going to show by your right. Then just click on it. Then you can reduce the opacity. Reducing the opacity become more faint and more faint. Bam. So that's just opacity in Photoshop. I think it's only opacity I want to teach us in Photoshop today. So we're doing design on Photoshop later on, but let's just do another kind of opacity. Let's change the color background to something similar, or let's use another color now. Let's use something like green. Bam. Then change the design color to white. It's still on your properties panel. I'm sorry, I'm fast of the video. I don't want the video to be too long. Still on your properties panel, go to color and change it to white. So let's come out where. How did I change the background color? Either you go to your layers panel, click on what do they call this again? Adjustment layer, new fill or adjustment layer. It's called new fill adjustment layer. Default icon on your layers panel. Below it, you see it there. When you click on it, the first one is solid color. Click on solid color, then bam, you can change the color to blue. So anywhere you want to put it, then bam, you have your layer here. Then bring your text up, design. So you can use the opacity. Also here too. I put it to 0, that's why I cannot see it. So let's increase it to show opacity, and you can just make one lighter than one, make another one. Make another one. More lighter. And take it back. So you can see that the one that is more lighter, that's where your eyes will first go to. So that the opacity is just trying to control the eyes of the user. So like, what's calling is calling me to come and see something like it drags the attention of the user. So let's use this one to like 1 or 2. So you can see, let's change this blue. This blue is not catchy. I don't like the blue. I think this blue is fine. So opacity using different design of opacity. I think there is one design trend that was going on before, that you use 2 different type of fonts. The first font you make it should I use the word blur? Then the other font you will now use another font. Let me just do it. Use another font to like this. The first font will be with low opacity. It will be down there, just like something I'm doing now. Sorry, and the font above will now be of more opacity. Let's make everything the same font, the same opacity. Sorry, the one at the back. Let's make it the same opacity. Let's put the opacity to 10. Opacity to 10. I can make the opacity to 5. I don't want it to bright. 3 is fine. Then your design can come in. Then this one. This one is moving because it's not above it. Let's bring it up. So okay. So you can see something like this. And use this one for your program text or something like that. Yeah. The one that will be down to be with low opacity. Then let's export. Quick export as PNG. You can just change the name. These are the tools I used to making one wedding flyer today. So export, then let me send it to Telegram. Send it to Telegram. So send to Telegram, you see the Telegram. So that's it for Photoshop. So let's stop with Photoshop. Let me switch to CorelDRAW very fast. Let me switch to CorelDRAW now. And okay, let me go to CorelDRAW. So this CorelDRAW very fast. So the same thing, create a new document. The same thing as Photoshop too, but like just different. A bit different is just little. So this is the page size. Let's change the page size to 8 the box. Then take your rectangle, draw a rectangle as your canvas, paint it, put the background color anyone want to put it. I think I'll be using blue, so let's look for something like that blue. Or you can use your color palette. Come here, party fill. Come up, edit your fill. Let's even make this a gradient. When you get gradient, you're using more than one color. So let's change it to RGB because we are not pointing. Say when you see CMYK, that's for pointing. You are still going to get to color, sure. So I'm still sure to add our color. But for now, but RGB is for internet purpose online. If you're going to be pointing your work, don't use RGB, use CMYK for printer work. So okay, let me color blend is fine. Okay, let's try to blend them in the color somehow. You can blend the color pixel live, you can blend the color Photoshop. I'm just trying to just do something different with correct job. So let's try the same thing, design. So for Photoshop it is T for to type something, but for corridor is A. I think I said it in our last class, so about A and T. For Pixel Lab is A. Anyway, C is means text. So but for Photoshop is T. You can see the difference is just quite similar and the same. So let's change the font to Montserrat. And body, change your color to white. Then now this to adjust the spacing between the text. It's not like Photoshop, it's not like Pixel Lab. You have to go to this tool. It's called Shape Tool. When you go to Shape Tool, this stuff will come out. All this stuff are there. So you can use this one to adjust the text. So just adjust. Let's do something a little bit different from what we did in Pixel Lab and Photoshop. So what can we do? Okay, so let's make this extra bold. Then change it to 90 degree. Then bring it to the side. Make it touch here. I'm just increasing it. Then try to duplicate. Control D, duplicate. Make it touch here too. Then two of them, let's just now you want to reduce the opacity of this boat. And when you click on it, click on one, hold your shift, click on the second one. Then now this is the tool here. You can see that this one is not opacity. We call it transparency tool in CorelDRAW. You can see the difference. If I told you that if it's not opacity, then it's also transparency. Click on transparency tool, then click. There are different types of transparency you can do. You can make it linear, have linear transparent or uniform transparency. You have a fountain or pattern transparency. So let's use the uniform transparency. That is, you want everything to go down once, so you can see. So you can see the effect is bringing. So I can do something like this. Then let me explain the other transparency. Don't call fountain. Fountain transparency is when you want one part. You want one part to be brighter than that part. You don't want everything to be transparency. You can see that it's not like everything's going down once. So let's just do something like this. Let's try to enlarge. Something like this. So let's try to drag the transparency a bit down so that it's not be too bright. I want, let's do the other way around. Yeah, so drag this one down. But most of the time, if I'm not able to drag it down, just click on it. Since this color is white, let's change it to gray. I will explain all this one later, Shabo. If you are changing the color to green to reduce the level of transparency instead of you dragging up and down. But I will explain all those ones later perfectly well. This is just see that some parts are brighter than some other parts. That's what we call fountain transparency. Unlike the uniform transparency where everything just be uniform. So let's do one more, put it in the center. Let's make this one uniform. Everything will be showing, everything will be bright. You can see difference is clear. Difference is clear. Difference is clear. Okay, you can see the first one, some part is clear, some part is not clear. But the one in the middle, everything is uniform. That's the difference for like gradient. So like the gradient one and the uniform. So that's just it. So let's just type in our text in the middle. Let's type design. Let's use that another script font. I think there's one script font I like. I don't know if I remember the name, but these are professional fonts, so I've downloaded it before now. I think it's Bromella. I'm right. No, this is not it. I don't know if I cannot really see it now. I'll just try to use something like similar because of our time. Can I get that font? Get that font. I think let's just use this one because of our time. But it's a straight font too, so you can see design. So you can see design. So that even without downloading background, I can use transparency to just create my own background. So not all the time you can just download the background up and down. Professional and create your own unique background with transparency, see your opacity. So design with me. Boom. Design with me. Bam. So we're done. Let's save this. I like everything like this. Before then, let's try to power clip. This text is outside the box. I want it to go inside the box. For coverage, it's different. You want to put inside the box, you right click, then put power clip inside. Power clip inside. Now the text is no longer outside, it's inside the box. This one too, power clip it inside the box to go inside. This one too, there's one here, power clip inside the box to go inside. So once I'm moving the box, you can see that it's moving with the box, everything's inside. You get, so let's just save it. Design with me. So how did I save it? Sorry, I use Ctrl E to save it. Let me do it again. Sorry. So go to file, go to export, then go to choose your desktop. You can put the name design, then make sure it is in JPEG, not PNG, but JPEG. Unless you want to use save it in another format, but save it in JPEG. Then make sure this one is in RGB, not CMYK. CMYK is only if you want to send it to your printer direct, but this one I'm posting it online. So use RGB, then the rest is cool. Just click OK. Then you see it on your desktop. Go to my desktop. This is it on my desktop. I don't know if you can see my desktop now. So let's show you. I think I did not share my screen well. So let me share my screen. So can you see my screen now? Okay. So this is it on my desktop. Go to your desktop. So this is on your desktop. Open it. This is it. Design with me. So it's done with Corel. Yeah, we can do this on phone too. The opacity can do it on phone too. Yeah, on phone too. I've done phone on before you came in. I think when you logged out, we did phone on together. Then everything I send on Telegram group, you can go and check Telegram group. Everything can be done on phone, and it's also been done with PC. So we did one with the first one was done with Pixel Lab, second one was with Photoshop, and the last one is CorelDRAW. So that will be all for now. I hope you have learned a lot. I thought on alignment. I think I don't really show you alignment for CorelDRAW and Photoshop. That's true. So let me just quickly go over that. I think that will be the last thing. Let me just go over that in 2 minutes. That will just be the last thing. That part whereby I showed you ruler, how to use your grid in Pixel Lab. So for CorelDRAW now, you have to drag your ruler, drag your line. Your line is in from this line, so drag your line from this line. Let's drag it down. Can use this onto a line. Drag it down from this side to use to align. Can drag from just drag it, click on and drag. It's also called grid line, so that your everything in your work will be aligned. You can go to tools. If it's not there, go to tools or sorry, Windows. Go to Dockers. Make sure your ruler is there. A ruler here. I think ruler and grid line is on. Is it there? Ruler. Okay, yeah, this is your guideline. Make sure it's on. Guideline is on. So if you off your guideline, do not show again, but make sure your guideline. You think it's too bad? Yeah. Dockers, then the guideline, and also ruler. No, I don't know. I'm not seeing that ruler now, but there's a ruler somewhere there. Then yeah. So now for Photoshop also, you can see that the ruler is not there, but there's a ruler also just like CorelDRAW. You can use. Go to Windows and make sure. Where is that ruler part? Probably is there any other name apart from ruler? Probably I'm glad that it's not getting the name. Whoa. The part not layer, info history, gradient, color, character, brushes, adjustment. Go to workspace, go to arrange. No, it's not this. Probably I'm not the one that's getting it well. Layers, info, gradient, lights, color, channels, brushes. Oh, sorry. You go to view, not Windows. Go to view and ruler. I know there's a ruler somewhere. So once you have your ruler here, so you take your ruler back. So you cannot drag it out just like CorelDRAW. So it's a view. When you go to view, you see a ruler there. I think that one too also in CorelDRAW should be in view, not Docker. So just put it so that everything in your work will be aligned. So as we go for that, I will be using this ruler rating. Let me check CorelDRAW. I think it also should be in view. Yeah, it's in view. This is also in view rulers. So you go off your ruler, the ruler will not be there. You see the ruler has come. So on your ruler, yeah. So it's in view, Sha. Sorry about that. So it's in view also in Photoshop. So that will be all for now. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate. So let's just pray and we'll go. Our awesome Father, thank you for tonight. Class, thank you for your time. Learn everything I've learned. Help us not to forget. So let it stick. More knowledge be added. More grace be given. Bless the works of our hand and help cause us to be established and profound. For in Jesus' mighty name I will pray. Amen. All right. Thanks for your time.